I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions because I'm dying to know how you realistically go without sugar. Because I can't even begin to fathom it. Like, how to, like, for those of you that don't know, I've cut down my coffee significantly, but when it comes to sugar, it's a whole completely different thing. And when I found out that Jules has no sugar, I'm like, how on earth does she do that? Because I rely on sugar to be my get me up and go kind of thing. When I'm out of energy, it's a quick fix what I need, and I need to go into my next meeting, so I'm gonna have a coffee so I can have some sugar. So, in that respect, it's like that's what I use sugar for. I don't even use it as a treat. I use it as a I need this high to get me over this hump. And then when the hump finishes, it's when I crash. And so at the end of this corridor, can you just quickly go over two steps in order for me to like not use sugar so much as a get me to the next meeting kind of thing.
Well, thank you for asking, Mags. I can only speak about what I have worked on, and I used to be exactly the same. I use sugar to give me that energy to get through that moment, and it's a practice I've used all my life, and even with emotions to make me feel good, to give me energy, to help me celebrate, to when I'm bored, I've used sugar for all of those things. And when I felt not safe in my body, but now I've actually had to come um, get the fixes in other ways. So tiredness was such a huge thing. And I spoke about that in my episode 7 about tiredness. And what I used to do is if I'd tired, I'd pull up the shop and I'd get 3 Freddo frogs or I'd get a chocolate to get me through. Well, now I actually might have a micro nap, which might be only 10 minutes, where I just close my eyes and do some breath work. Or I might go and just lie in the sun, might just really be present at that moment and go and touch a tree, be in nature, kiss Russell, or have a hug, give myself a hug. And that gives me that energy shift.
But how does it get you? I get all that part. That's really cool. I'm not negating what you just said, but how does it get you past the I need the sugar craving part?
Well, because I don't have many carbs, I don't eat many carbs at all. I'm a very low carb eater. And now that I don't have carbs, I don't want carbs. And I'm in keto and I'm in ketosis and I'm having more protein and more fat. So I'm not craving the carbs. But if I would have a bit of carb, it's this loop that happens that I just want more carbs. So to get me out of that is I was just started eating more protein, more fat, and that actually satisfies me more. And I don't want the carbs. So
I'm
carbs,
gonna have to
carbs
try
wants
that.
me more carbs, wants me to
I'm
have,
a carb queen.
yeah.
I have it. I honestly, people, confession time for me too. I'm a potato fry girl. I must have potato in some form, whether it be baked potato, but potato chips or fries every day in some form. If I don't, I feel like my nose has been cut off my face. Seriously. And so, but then I learned that that was like really bad, like in terms of that was all my body would tolerate. So when I tried to put other foods in its place, my system didn't like it literally, and I would end up going to the bathroom more than normal because my body had just got used to one group of foods. So going from heaps of carbs to slowing it down a bit has been an interesting journey. And so that's why I thought I'd talk to the one that's been along the journey a lot faster. So
Yeah.
thank you. I'll try that.
Yeah, it is a big process. And when I speak about, I forget what episode that was, maybe eight, no, I think it might have been episode 16. I spoke about alcohol and
Yeah,
maybe
I
it
saw that.
was just episode 18. And I spoke about it's been 3 years without alcohol and 1 year without sugar. And
Powerful.
it has unpacked so much stuff. It's not about what's going in the mouth. It affects the digestion, it affects the mind, it affects the emotion, it affects so much because I had an attachment to a lot of those foods and why I was eating them. And then when I had to let go of that attachment, um, it does affect the body. The body does process things differently. So well done, Mags, that you're at least bringing it into your awareness. And that's where you've got to, I find that it's really important for the human to be kind to themselves when they're making those changes and they're making that.
Well, I think it's important for me because I I'm like 4'1", literally. They've just measured me. I'm 4'1", and I'm 18 inches around my waist, and I am currently 84.1 kgs. And so for me, because I sit down all day, it's become imperative as I'm getting older. Like now I'm 54, then I start to look after my health a lot more, right? Because as CP age quicker in terms of your organs and that because they're all squashed together like sardines because I don't sit right. So I'm like, ugh. So I'm doing the best I can with what I've got because I've only got one body, right? And I'm about to approach menopause. So that's going to be exciting. Like I'm pre-menopausal now, and so I just can't wait for that. Jokingly, hand on heart, like I can't wait for that knot, uh, for that journey to begin. So, if you're interested in following any of our journeys, both mine or Julie's, welcome aboard.